iPhone 6 battery replacement guide. Warning: lithium batteries are highly explosive. It is highly suggested to take your phone to a professional repair center for a battery replacement. Please understand the danger of this replacement. We'll need a triangular plastic pick, plastic prying tool, often referred to as a spudger, a proprietary Apple screwdriver called the pentalobe screwdriver, a Phillips head 00 screwdriver. All of these tools should come standard with your replacement kit. Go ahead and power down the iPhone. Make sure not to miss this step. Flip it over so you can see the charging port. There you'll see there are two pentalobe screws securing the screen to the frame. Go ahead and remove those with your pentalobe screwdriver. Once removed, we can go ahead and pry open the iPhone and access the internal parts. Go ahead and use your triangular pick to find a spot near the auxiliary cable to slide it in. Once you slide it in, go ahead and slide it across the crack, digging it slightly deeper in, but be very careful with your movements. You don't want to damage any internal parts. Once the pick is in about 1/4 of an inch, go ahead and slightly twist it from left to right to get that prying action. You want to crack open the lower half of the phone. Be careful because the top portion of the phone is connected with about 5 cables to the logic board. Remove the 2 Phillips head screws that are securing the bracket that's preventing the battery cable from coming undone. Use the prying tool to disconnect the battery. The battery has 2 double-sided tape pull tabs that are underneath it. As the battery gets old, so do the pull tabs, and a lot of the times they end up not being able to stretch, and so they rip when you tug on them. If you're able to pull the tabs out, you can go ahead and remove the battery and fast forward to the replacement process. If your tabs rip, we're going to have to heat up the phone from the rear with a heat gun or a hair dryer and pry the battery out slowly. Once you've heated the phone on low for about 2 to 3 minutes, go ahead and start prying out the bottom left corner of the battery. Make sure you start in this corner specifically, as starting in any other corner can damage another component. Once you got the corner started, go ahead and get a plastic knife or a credit card. Under no circumstances should you use a metallic tool to pry the battery apart. Remember, if you fold or twist a lithium battery, it has a high chance of exploding or catching on fire. Be very careful as you work the knife or the card in underneath the battery. If you're having a hard time, reheat the battery again. Once the adhesion is loosened, it will give and you'll be able to pry the battery out. Once you pry the battery out, go ahead and remove all of the residual pieces. When installing the new battery during reassembly, make sure to use double-sided tape instead of the pull tabs, as this will make it easier to replace the battery in case you have to again. Once the double-sided tape is peeled, just place the battery in. And reconnect it. Make sure that the connection is solid. Reinstall the connection protection bracket. The long screw goes on the left. The short Phillips head screw goes on the right. We're now ready to clamp up the phone. Go ahead and take the top portion of the screen and push it into the top portion of the frame of the phone. and gently start putting it in. Apply slight pressure going around the contour of the phone. Do this portion slowly to make sure that the connection is aligned properly and tight. Once you went all the way around and you feel like you have a solid lock, it's time to reinstall the 2 pentalobe screws. It's time to power up and test the phone. This concludes the battery replacement guide. Thank you for watching. Hit like and subscribe and check out more cool videos at appledollars.com.